We are here with the Iron Serpents to play Curse of Strahd after a staggering 4-month break that I nor the players meant to have happen. But hey, it's summertime, and summertime screws up D&D campaigns. This is a rule of science. Einstein discovered it. It was later confirmed by Carl Sagan, and here we are. So I have with me our Dragonborn Paladin, Rogar. Hello, sir. How are you? Played by none other than Wheezy.
Hello.
We've got Zoc playing Dr. Ernest Crawford, our human rogue / archaeologist. Hello, Doctor. How are you?
Doing good. Happy to be back.
Yeah, happy to have you. Of course, we have the ever effervescent Nico Trada, Vistani Bard, played by our good friend Enos McFerret. Hello, sir.
Hello, I am at your service, and tonight I'm feeling especially unstoppable.
I love it. I've been waiting 4 months for that. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, our Canadian brother, Dalinar, playing Disdain, the Tiefling Sorcerer. How are you, sir?
Couldn't be better. Ready to make some dragons. Hey, there we go.
We're gonna make some dragons tonight.
Make them. Let's do it.
That's a high fantasy pickup line.
I see the way you look at the Rogar. I see the way.
He's gonna have to fight Mad Marge for him. So, okay. So let's recap a little bit about what happened last session and just basically pick up where we left off. I know in the pregame we were talking about, did a long rest happen since it's been 4 months? No, it's been 4 months for us, but for our characters and the story, it has been 4 seconds. So there has been no long rest. So let me just recap a little bit about what happened. So last session, you guys spent most of the session inside of Large Marge's, or Mad Marge. I always mix up if she's Mad Marge or Large Marge.
There's nothing large about her.
You spent most of the time in her shop. Disdain had a run-in with a Maul Kelhaven, who was the former burgomaster of the village of Barovia that you had met early in the campaign, and sort of you thought he might be an enemy, but ended up being a bit of an ally. We'll get to what he said in a minute, but you guys basically spent most of the time working out a trade with Marge that involved a lot of your magic items and equipment that you didn't need as much. I mean, it wasn't all unvaluable to you guys, but like you really did just kind of work a trade out with her, with the twist that once all this stuff is sort of settled out, Rogar's got to take her on a date. And so Nico, you kind of,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
You kind of brokered that deal, and then that got Rogar a very powerful magic item between the trade and the promise of the date. He got a Ring of Evasion, which gives him the ability to pass dexterity saving throws, which has been a bit of a challenge for him and his character's build. So that was a big deal. And then after that, you bought a few other things, some healing potions, some stuff like that. But then you guys had a conversation with Amal. And Amal basically revealed to you that, he serves the dark powers that have sort of captured this land in the mist and were the ones that turned Strahd into a vampire, according to legend. And he told you the dark powers sent him to invite you to the Amber Temple, where they wanted to present to you the ability to make pacts with them and receive power from them. And that he believes that they want to empower you to defeat Strahd, since he no longer basically bows to their will. And he explained to you that dark powers are very complicated and that there's many of them, and that some of them are very evil and almost like bestial in how they are. And then some of them are a little bit more nuanced and a little bit more reasonable to deal with. He also said the Amber Temple, and you heard this from Casimir the Elf, it's got very powerful magic items in it, and even though it's a dangerous place, the risk-reward ratio there is pretty high. And then he told you, and you guys expressed to him because of Dr. Crawford, that Casimir the Elf, who also wanted to guide you to the Amber Temple in order to bring his sister Patrina back, Dr. Crawford, you're not really trusting that. You think that Casimir might have some ulterior motives.
So looking back at all the people who've been involved with the Dark Powers before, we had Bluto, who was trying to sacrifice a little girl to the lake. We had Olaf and Fallow, who were sacrificing kids to be able to make tasty meats and sausages and stuff. We had a Maul who, this has never been confirmed, I guess. I have not wanted to ask him this because I didn't want to piss him off. But when we first arrived in the village of Barovia, he had just hanged a guy for just voicing the opinion that he didn't want a Maul to be the burgomaster. I'm wondering if that was a sacrifice to the Dark Powers. So now all of a sudden, Casimir wants to take us to the Amber Temple, where, according to Amal and Olaf the Butcher, that's the big temple for the Dark Powers. Either it's heavily affiliated with them or they live there. So that seems to be the Dark Powers' MO, is human sacrifice. And Casimir wants to take us there, and he didn't tell us about the Dark Power stuff. So it's got me thinking, is this guy going to try to, like, stab us in the back when we're going through the middle of a dungeon crawl or what? So, yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely.
And you express that to Amal, and he's like, I don't know this Casimir. I don't know what his motivations could be. I can only tell you, and he promised on his daughter's life that his only goal was, if you chose to come to the Amber Temple, he would be your guide and he would help you try to get to where the Dark Powers are so that you could hear out their offer. He did tell you that you basically had three options. He said option one is you can ignore the Amber Temple. You don't have to go there. You don't have to put yourself at risk. You can pass up on the magic items. You can pass up on the power that the Dark Powers could grant you, and you could just go do whatever you think you need to do. And he said, as a friend, he would support that and understand that. He said the second option was you come and to the Amber Temple, where he will be waiting for you at the entrance and he will guide you through it. And he said third option is, I guess you could go talk to Casimir and see what his idea about it is. Maybe he would be a better guide or a different guide. But those are kind of your three options. Ignore it, choose Amal, or choose Casimir. So that's just something for the party to think about. And then Amal took his leave after that and said he'd be waiting for you at the Amber Temple. And then if you didn't show up, he would assume that you decided option one, and that would be the end of y'all's interactions, probably. So after that, you guys went up to Marge and you asked about a tailor, because you had been sent here on a mission from the abbot to get his bride he created for Strahd, basically a flesh golem, beautiful, but a flesh golem named Tatiana. And he'd given you her measurements and wanted a tailor to make a dress for her in order to have her go to the wedding of Strahd and Irina. And so you guys, it was really funny to re-listen to it. You guys decided to turn Rogar into a dog, since he wouldn't blend in as easily on the streets. And so you made him a dragon mutt. And you guys ended up moving through the back alleys. Marge told you the secret knock. She told you where to find the infamous tailor shop. And you did. You went and met the tailor and her apprentice, Kara Lee. The tailor, as you learned, was part of a long line of tailors that have been allowed to operate in Vallaki for many generations, and they're protected. And you found out that the reason they're protected is because the tailor of Vallaki, whoever it's been over the years, is Strahd von Zarovich's personal tailor and makes custom goods for him. And that Vistani bring in materials from the other side of the mist, from other lands, that the other nobles and merchants use her, but primarily her focus is to take care of Strahd when she doesn't have work from other people. And she's protected for that reason. And she's actually training up this Carolee, who you assume will probably one day become the next tailor of Vallaki. But you had a good interaction. You worked some deals with her. She turns out she was a dog person, and she really liked Rogar as a dog. And you guys worked a deal out with her where she would make the dress for Tatiana, because she's offended that Strahd did not have her make Irina's dress. And she feels like if she creates this beautiful dress for Tatiana, then that can be kind of her way of showing Strahd that he should have picked her to make Irina's dress. Kind of a, interesting motivation for her. But with the money and everything you guys gave her, she promised that she would have the dress made and delivered to Tatiana out in the city of Kresh. And that's kind of where you left it, except for the fact that Rogar in dog form decided to do some literal sniffing around. And while he was in the shop, he smelled, it was very clean and all that, but then he smelled like the slight scent of death behind one of the other doors. And she'd mentioned she had an important client in the shop. So Rogar, with some burning some inspiration and doing some rolls, opened a door, snuck his head in, saw a slender figure with pointy ears facing away from the door, standing in front of a mirror, and then quickly closed the door, made an audible click, and then came back to the group and was like, hey, we got to get out of here. And so with your business thus conducted, you guys exited back into the alleys behind the tailor shop, and that is where we will pick the session up. So you guys can take the steering wheel.
So I believe last time we were thinking Blinsky, make sure he's all right.
I think that's what the name of the session is. Yeah.
Yeah, and we still have to find out more about this pattern, which he swears he doesn't know about.
Could you repeat that, Nico?
Yeah, we got to find more about this pattern, which he swears he doesn't know about.
Pattern. It's
There's
been
an
4 months.
engineer.
Forgive me.
What? Okay, so there was apparently a pattern that's held in Ravenloft.
Oh, you're talking about the plans?
The plans for the toy man.
I was under the impression it was an act. He described it as a living doll, I think was his word.
A living doll, okay.
Living man doll thing.
Yeah, so I can't remember completely. Like, did he disavow knowledge of that?
I think he just said that, as far as he is aware, the Fritz von Weird guy made a living doll, and it's in Castle Ravenloft. Which is why I'm not expecting us to be able to get Blinsky as an ally today. I just want to make sure he's all right, because we don't have the doll yet. We haven't been to Castle Ravenloft. So I just want to make sure he's okay, and then after that we can start trying to get down to brass tacks on how to get into Castle Ravenloft.
Again, I think Castle Ravenloft needs to be like not the session at all. I don't think we even need to look.
I'm not planning on us jumping in there today.
Okay,
I'm not going to do that to Rocky. Like,
Yeah.
that's all Map CS prep. So I was just thinking, as far as actually getting in there, we're going to have to do a little bit of prep work. Otherwise, I think we just die before we get to the front door. So, which is something we could probably discuss later. But first, probably Blinsky, I would imagine, unless you guys have a better idea.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, Amber Temple is enticing to me.
The only thing I'm worried about with the temple is I'm worried about, are we going to have time to do it before the blood moon? Because we got a ticking clock. That's it. If we think we can do it, maybe. Yeah.
I told you, did I tell you guys I would give you pre-notice on the blood moon?
You did. Yeah.
Yes, but I'm also worried, like, how much notice is pre-notice? Is it like, okay, just so you know, guys, the blood moon's tonight, so you got to go to Castle Ravenloft now?
He's like, you got 30 minutes to deliver.
Let's call it that you'll get 48 hours notice. I'll do that for you, and that's a lunar thing. That's a lunar thing.
Okay.
The moon will start to go pink before it goes red, and we'll say that gives you 48 hours. Okay.
That gives me breathing room. Okay. All right.
Okay. All right, but I gotta say I'm with you on Casimir. I don't trust him, and I think if we go back there to talk to him, he's also in.
We're not in Mad Marge's shop. The only reason I was able to talk about that was because she had all the warding up.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dr. Crawford was concerned that his sister's ghost might be following you guys and listening.
Oh, okay. My bad. All right. Yeah, let's go check out Blinsky.
And I'm still a dog, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope so. Otherwise, walking around in town is going to be awkward.
Then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to scratch the dog's under chin. I'm going to say, who's the goodest boy? Who's the goodest boy?
What do you do with that, Rogar?
All right. Well, I bought him again because he tried that shit last time.
You can't do it because it's already happened.
Yeah, I'm rolling for attack on a
Okay.
bite. What do I have to do?
So what do I got to do to?
He's got to beat your armor class.
Okay. Armor class looking like it's a staggering 15.
What do I get for plus hit as dog form?
You don't.
You just get your dex or your strength, whichever.
Which is like not anything.
Well, you can do your you can do your proficiency with it too. So do your proficiency plus your strength.
I missed him anyway. It would
Okay. Yeah, so he snaps at you, but you just pull your hand out of the way.
That's right. Okay, and we're moving.
All right.
And things are getting back to normal. Here we go.
All right. So you guys want to go to Blinsky's shop. So obviously, before you guys said you threw your kind of robes on and kind of like tried to go incognito through the streets. Is that going to be the plan tonight as well?
It
If somebody's
is.
got a better idea, yeah, I think.
Okay.
It's for me.
All right. So you guys head back out into the streets of Vallaki, and what you're kind of noticing that's a little different than when you were here before was that before when the Baron was running things, there was always like confetti and like things left over from the last festival because he was doing these weekly festivals, and the streets are actually pretty clean, and they're actually you don't see as people are walking around. They got kind of dour expressions, but people actually don't seem to be as unhappy as they were before. If you have perception, give me a perception roll. Let's try to beat a 15.
Coming right up, Rocky. I see the Dr. Crawford low rolls have returned.
Yes, sir. There they are. Okay, and then Nico, I think you have it as well.
Yeah, I've got it. So perception is +3. So
It
do
would
I do a
be-
D20 plus 3?
It would be your proficiency modifier and your stat modifier together because you're proficient in it.
Stat modifier. Where do I find the stat modifier?
So perception is wisdom, so it would be next to your wisdom score.
Yeah, no, that's a 3.
Okay.
All right, so I hit a 15.
Okay, so you hit it. So as you guys are kind of moving incognito through the streets, kind of sliding, try not to get too close to folks, you do end up walking by one group of people, just an older man, older woman that's sort of kind of off to the side talking. And as you guys move past, you hear the old woman whisper in sort of a gossipy way. She goes, "Things are so much better under Lady Wachter than they ever were under that terrible Baron. I'm so glad he's gone."
I don't want to break cover here. I think we should just keep moving.
Okay. So let's go ahead and who's our most deceptive person? Who's got the best?
It depends on if we're lying or.
That's
Telling
true.
half truths.
I'm +7.
Let's
I'm
Or if we're-
+7.
let's see.
Or if we're trying to persuade.
Let's have Disdain roll for the group because he's the only one with deception, and let's give him advantage.
Oh,
Okay,
Okay, I
because
like
the
it, I
group
like
is working in concert here. So let's give me a deception roll there and try to beat a 15.
Alright, where is my roll 20? Sorry. Too many fucking windows open. Okay. Uh, 17. And
Okay.
That'll do it.
That beats
Well,
it? Okay.
that'll do it. So yeah, you guys a couple times Disdain sort of like makes you stop for a minute, and you guys go to the alley, and like you'll see some guards walk by, or he'll real quickly kind of like turn the group around real fast before you end up walking past maybe somebody that was walking the opposite way. No big deal. You get through the streets over the next 10 minutes without really having any troubles. And before you know it, you find yourself standing in front of Blinsky's toy shop, which you were at a long time ago. And here you are again. Do you guys want to go in?
I do.
I'll follow.
I'll follow. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, first man through the door. I'll take point.
All right.
Scout style.
All right. So you guys open the door, and sure enough, you walk into the sort of super cluttered but colorful shop. One of the more colorful places you've been in Barovia. And standing behind the counter is none other than Blinsky. And he has his monkey Enos on his shoulders. And Enos just sort of looks up at you guys as you come in and like makes a little, monkey sound. And Blinsky goes, my friends, you've come back to me. Have you come back to buy some beautiful toys?
I may have a commission for you, Blinsky, but before we get to that, how are you doing?
Oh, my friends, I am good in my spirits. I am sad in my pocketbook. The Baron was paying me quite a handsome salary to make those terrible dolls for Isaac, and with both of them being out of the city, my sales have not quite kept my pocketbook as full as that ongoing commission did. But I am not sad, because It was a terrible thing. It made me very sad to make those dolls. And now, I do not have to do that. I can make the toys I love. And he kind of gestures to all the toys in the shop.
I look to the guys. Do they have any questions, or should I just start shooting the shit? Like, I'm not the best socializer, so if anybody else wants to take point.
Blinsky, we came to check on you, make sure you're in good spirits, and I'm glad to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that you're having trouble with the finances. Can you show me some of your toys that you truly love now that you're making them?
Of course, my friend, of course. What a wonderful opportunity to read from the book and tell you some of his toys. Let's see. All right. Where are you at, Blinsky? I think I've gone too far. Okay, so the Vallaki chapter in this book is massive.
Oh,
By far the biggest chapter of the book. So, I wasn't prepared for that. So one sec.
Blinsky and Enos. He named the monkey Enos, didn't he? Yeah.
Yep. Aha.
And
yes, sir.
no, I was gonna say, and Enos, how are you doing, little monkey friend?
He's just like.
There you go.
Why don't you give me an animal handling check?
Okay, dig that. Yeah, that's an 8.
So you go to like kind of like reach out and like kind of touch him or whatever, and he just starts screaming and like jumps behind Blinsky's hat and like looks up above his head, and pulls it back down. And
I'm sorry, I did not mean to scare him.
He says, Enos, why are you always so excitable? This is our friend Nico. He's fun.
I'm sure if I had some fruit in my pocket, he would be different. It's okay.
Oh, of course. He likes beer too, this Enos.
On that too, we are agreeable.
Yes. So he says you wanted to see some of my favorite toys. So he pulls out this little line of toys and puts it in front of you. He puts a headless doll. It comes with a sack of attachable heads, so you can change the heads out. He pulls out a miniature gallows, and if you pull a little trapdoor, the little stick man falls and hangs. He shows you a wooden string mobile of a bunch of hanging bats that kind of flap. He shows you a musical merry-go-round with figures of snarling wolves chasing children in place of the prancing horses. He shows you...
What the hell is wrong with this guy?
Finally, he shows you a ventriloquist dummy that looks like Strahd Van Zarovich.
So much action for that.
Sounds like what happens when Halloween Town tries to make Christmas toys.
Yeah.
Well, and
this, this is what he said he likes to make, right?
Yeah, so give me, if you have insight, give me an insight roll, and let's try to be we're going to try to be an 18.
Okay, I don't have it. I want to know what's going on.
So I think you can still make an insight roll, Enos. It's just you take disadvantage. So
Okay. See what happens.
All right. So
there's the first. Okay, so that's 6 and 5. What's your insight? What insight would be wisdom, so that's +3, right? So then you got an 8. Then I believe.
I don't know. There's no modifier next to my wisdom.
So, Dr. Crawford, you're the only one that passed. So, what you get out of looking at these toys...
I got a 15. Oh, 18.
Oh, you got 15? No, yeah, you needed an 18. So, what you get out of that, Dr. Crawford...
But it's at 18, yeah.
Yeah. So, what you get out of that, Dr. Crawford, is... It doesn't seem like these toys are anything other than almost like they're trying to be funny about really dark things. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get this twisted sense of, like, it's a little twisted sense of humor, but it's not like an evil sense of humor kind of thing. Like,
it's
almost
gallows humor. It's not malicious. You're in an awful situation. Might as well joke about it to not feel as crappy. Yeah.
Well said. That's exactly it. And so, because he's got like a fun smile on his face, he's like, isn't this silly, And he goes, but I have many toys, and my number one goal with toys is they be fun. Because if it's no fun, it's no Blinsky.
If it's not fun, it is not Blinsky. I remember this. Yes. How have things been going in the village with the people?
Oh, my friends, it has been quite crazy. It has been since the things that happened that night when they was fighting in the streets and vampires and people running and screaming and the church burning down and terrible, terrible things, terrible rumors I heard about you, my friends, that you fought the Lord of the Land, Strahd von Zorovich himself, and somehow survived. What an amazing story. I do not know if it's true. You will have to tell me.
Well, I'm not sure it's true. It seems like this entire land is always throwing combat at us. We have seen so many fights, I cannot remember which one this would have been.
Do you not remember the fight in St. Andrew's Cathedral where you fought Strahd von Zorovich?
I seem to recall there being a battle in the cathedral, but we did not fight Strahd von Zorovich. If we did, we would not be standing here, friend.
Well, that makes sense to me. I just heard the stories. And then Lady Wachter, she was chosen to be the new burgomaster, and I must say she actually seems to be doing a good job compared to the Baron. The Baron was a very sick man.
That is what I heard on the way in here, just on passing by. Someone said that they enjoy this city now more under Lady Wachter's rule. Can you confirm this? Do you feel the same way?
Well, I do not leave my shop very much. It is hard for me to say. Perhaps the Blue Water Inn, Erwin would know more. He seems to be the man in the know in the town. But from what
Erwin is still active? Erwin is still...
He reopened it a few days ago.
Interesting.
It's good to know he's doing well. Very well, Blinsky. I'm glad you are doing well. I'm sorry, I do not have any money to purchase these things. They are very interesting, though. And I wish you very well in your future business.
May I ask a favor or a question?
Of course.
In your journeys, have you met the bard Rictavio? He was a half-elf who was staying at Blue Water Inn, and he was a bard that would play music there.
Oh, man.
You did. It was the guy that turned out to be
I
Van
know.
Richten.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if I want to lie about it or not.
Okay, no, I didn't know, because it's been so damn long, I didn't know if I needed to remind you that yes, you did.
Yeah, dude, yeah. You know what? Here we go. Yes, I was in an upper room in the Blue Water Inn. I met this Rictavio. Yeah, what of him?
He is the owner of Enos. I was just watching the monkey for him, and he never came back for him. And I heard he was not been seen since that night.
So Rictavio owns Enos, and so why would Enos be attracted to you so intensely if you had no prior relationship? This monkey is very intelligent.
That is why Rictavio asked me to watch him. They kept visiting my shop, and Enos kept climbing on me and loving me and playing with me and my toys. And he said he had a lot of business to do in the region, and if I would watch his monkey.
Interesting. Yes, we met Rictavio. He is a very interesting fellow. The fingering on his lute seems to be a little bit off. He may have been out of practice or tired from what I saw, but yeah, he seems like a good instrumentalist. As far as a leader and someone who is a master of monkeys, I do not know. What were the commands that he gave you about Enos? Did he want you to watch him forever?
I thought he was going to come back for him, but everyone says he has been gone. They said his tiger died in the fire of the church. They said that his Vardo was looted by the city guard after. There was an explosion. Some guards were hurt when they tried to get into the Vardo. It's strange occurrences, my friends. I think that Rictavio might have been more than just a bard, but I dare not say that too loud.
Oh, he could have been. Would there ever be a circumstance where you would entrust me with Enos? You know, our prior interaction be damned. Perhaps I could try again to enchant him and endear him to us. Perhaps we can help him find his true master.
Give me a persuasion, and that's going to be an 18. Okay. Well, you do seem like the type that a monkey would have more fun with, and I think he feels very cooped up in my shop. And, sometimes he throws poo at the customers. It's not good for business.
Oh, that's he and I have this in common.
You throw poo at people?
Well, only when they piss me off.
I do not. I hope you kid, my friend.
I-
So I will, if you can convince him to like you, perhaps I will let him leave with you.
I'm thinking maybe he might have a stronger nose for his master in finding him than I would ever have. Maybe he knows his master's pathways.
This Ignis is a willful monkey. You will have to get him to choose you. I cannot make him leave. The Ignis just kind of stares at you with these, beady little monkey eyes.
Okay, I'm gonna excuse me just for one moment, and I'm gonna duck my head out of the store. Okay, and I'm gonna look for any plants or vegetation that are nearby.
Okay. Give me an investigation roll. Beat a 13. Doesn't have to be that big.
Okay. Okay, so 15.
Okay. You find some weeds growing out of the cracks of one of the nearby sidewalks.
Okay, so let me ask you how Speak to Plants works.
Mhm.
Is there any way that I can manipulate these?
Well, you can talk to them and then interact with them.
This is a very long shot, but I feel like I need some bait in my pocket, which I don't have for this monkey. Okay, so I'm going to engage Speak to Plants on the first cluster of plants that I can see. Do you know what kind of plant this is, or what grows here in the alleyways?
There's weeds growing up between the cracks. So.
Okay, so I'm going to start talking to this weed.
Okay. So you cast speed. I love when players. I love when players cast this spell. So you say the words, which it's actually being a bard. It's like a little song you kind of sing. You whisper this little song to the plants. And all of a sudden they start going, start moving a little bit, and then you hear this sound like, "Oh, hey man, I was trying to sleep, man.
I'm sorry to wake you. I'm in dire need. Can you help me?
Dude, what day is it?
I feel like it's like a Tuesday. It looks like a Tuesday. I look up. Yes, definitely a Tuesday. Only Tuesdays look like this. Am I right?
Oh, I don't have eyes, man. I don't know. It feels like a Tuesday, though.
Just take my word for it. It's definitely a Tuesday. Tuesdays are good.
Yeah,
I need you to be encouraged. Okay, I need you to grow strong and healthy for me. Okay, I need you to
give me a persuasion.
This is fun. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, you're right, man. You can't sleep forever. That's what my mom used to say.
Right. Yeah, and Tuesday's the best day to wake up. Okay.
It is. She was from that crack across the street. They do things different over there.
Yeah, I didn't look over there. I found you for a very good reason. I know what you are.
What's up, man? How can I help?
Like, you've been sleeping for so long, you've forgotten how to produce fruit for me.
I can't, man. I'm a weed, man. I can't produce fruit.
Can you tell me where the fruits are? Reach out with the roots, man. I thought you were part of the earth. Reach out, man.
Give me a persuasion
Just do
again.
it.
Give me a persuasion. Hey, calm down. Hey, man, just calm down for a minute. Let me think. I know. I can talk through the network. Let me.
It's got to be the roots. Okay.
Yeah, give me a minute. And he like sort of shimmers, and then it is like a minute. Like you're just sitting there for a minute, just like literally kind of knelt over this plant. This one old lady walks by, kind of giving you the stink eye.
I'm gonna duck my head back in and be like, "He just said it's gonna be a minute." Tell my
So
party.
so you guys are just in the shop, just waiting for.
Yeah,
I'll
can-
keep talking to Blinsky if
Well,
he's going to be doing his thing.
Hey, do the small talk thing. Do the small talk thing that I taught you. Do the small talk. Ask about the local sports team. Do it.
I turned to the guys. I'm like, guys, I think I got a plan. If his weed conversation does not work,
Yeah,
No,
can-
ask about sports and things they like to do. Do it. It's Tuesday. And I'm gonna,
Speaking of teams, I guess then. Hey, Blinsky, how's Lord Vasily von Holt been holding up? Has he fared okay throughout Lady Voctor's new running the town?
The strange thing is, no one has seen the man.
No, I suppose I'm sure he's fine. He seemed very capable. Didn't he, gentlemen?
Hey, he seems very capable.
He
Yeah,
is a great warrior. I would not worry about him, but he has
Hey,
not been seen since that night.
Can Rogar kind of do his own little walk around investigation in dog form?
Yeah.
Hey, Blinsky, what is Enos's favorite food over there?
He likes apples, and he likes nuts, and sometimes he will catch a cockroach and eat the cockroach.
I'll go and at that exact point go and do minor illusion on the top of Nico's head with a pair of nuts and a cockroach running around on it.
Okay, well, he's outside right now, but you can pocket
Oh,
that
damn
when
it.
he comes back in. Okay.
yeah, I pop my head out.
Okay, real fast for Rogar, and then we'll go back to Nico. So so you're walking around the room in dog form. Give me an investigation roll.
Yeah, I just want to see if there's any food for the monkey laying
Okay.
around.
Yeah,
What am I doing? Investigation.
investigation.
Again? Let's see. Oh. So
Yeah, you can't find anything, man.
okay,
There's a lot of musty smells.
I feel
in
like
here,
as a
and you're
dog,
still getting
I
used
should
to being
have
a dog.
like a
All right, so go back to Nico. So Nico, after about a minute of just kind of standing there, you went and told the guys, "Hey, wait up a minute." Came back out, and then the weed starts like shimmering again, and he goes, "I think I got something for you, bro."
Oh wait, I did not expect this. What do you have?
So I talked to the weed at the end of the street, and he talked to his neighbor at the end of the next street, and he says there's a big cart of apples right around the corner that one of the merchants just rolled up with.
Oh, dude, okay. Thank you for your help. I think I need to go get one of these apples. I need it for something. Is there any way for you to like maybe grow branches and stuff to give me the weed?
You're gonna have to give me some magic to do that. I couldn't even talk till you came along.
Well, you're not a bad weed, okay? So you can go to sleep, and I gotta figure this out.
Hey, you know what? That term "bad weeds," we take offense to that.
Yeah, you're not a bad weed. You're a good weed. But can you just use one of your little weed things to point me in the correct direction? Which end of the street?
Let me see.
Can you just do something like this or like
yeah,
this?
he kind
Just
of
give
just
me-
shit. He goes, okay, so I can feel the sun on my right. That's the way to
Okay,
go.
that's good. Okay,
And
wonderful.
so he kind of gestures to you using that.
Oh, thank you. You're the best weed I've ever seen. Thank you so much.
You're not so bad yourself, man. Thanks for
Hey, what
giving me the ability to talk. It's kind of nice.
Oh, you're so welcome. If I ever pass by this way again, we'll hook up. We'll hang out a little bit. What is your name?
No one's ever given me a name before.
Yeah, I'm gonna name you Fritz. You seem like a Fritz. You're cool.
I'll take it. That sounds great.
Sounds good. All right, Fritz. I'll catch you later.
Good luck, Nico.
Thanks, man. Oh, wait, how did you? He's already gone.
He's gone.
I wanted to know how the weed knew my name. Wow,
Magic.
the Earth is amazing. All right, so I'm gonna duck my head back in and be like, "Hey, guys, there's some apples on the cart that just rolled up. I think I want to go for it. What do you think?"
Stay out of trouble.
Oh man, are you guys coming with me, or are you gonna make me go alone?
I got to talk business with Blinsky here.
Okay, all right.
That's when I go and I try the minor illusion, and I try to be deceptive to get
All right, roll a
Enos
deception.
over it now.
That's fine. That's fine. I've earned it. That was fun though. What a crazy spell. Useless. Probably still will be. We'll see.
Oh shit.
Can you trust a weed? I don't know.
I've done it most of my life.
Hey, are you gonna smoke me, man?
Oh,
Nat
naturally.
20.
Okay,
Okay.
so this perfect illusion. Oh, you said nuts.
Nuts
Nuts
a
and
cockroach.
roaches, right? Nuts
A single
and
roach. A single roach
a
roll.
just crawling on his head.
Yeah, on top of the. So just
Yeah,
to get
so
them
this
open.
like this big juicy cockroach just appears on Nico's head, and it's just like clicking and stuff. And you see Enos, whose like jaw drops, and he just like his tongue comes out, and he just like runs at you, Nico.
Oh. Alright, alright, so
You gonna let him jump on you?
yeah, I'm gonna say, yes, come to me, my friend. It's disgusting. Get it off me.
Yeah. So he runs and he jumps on you, and then he goes to pick up the cockroach, but his hands go through it, and he goes, and then he starts hitting you on the head. Kind of special.
How many points of damage did I just take?
None.
Monkey
It's just a little
fist.
monkey.
Okay. Monkey
Yeah.
paws, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
they can be deadly.
Well-
Okay.
Tell him you're gonna get him an apple.
Say, okay, I'm going to get you a real apple. That was just a test to know that,
Yeah.
you know what you were doing.
He's like,
Okay, so I'm going to say, just go back to Blinsky. Go to Blinsky.
he just runs back up and jumps on Blinsky.
All right, so, and I'm going to be out the door, like,
Okay.
in a second. All right, and
Okay.
I am moving as fast as I can towards the end of the alley, with
Okay.
still hooded and being all mystifying.
Cool. Yeah, you get around the street, and nobody bothers you. You get to this little cart that this old man's standing at, and he's got some pretty, they're okay looking apples. They're like Barovian quality apples.
Okay, so me noticing the guy. Okay, all right, so he's obviously guarding the cart. Never been a master thief. I want to approach the old man.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, hello, that's fine. What time is it, Rocky?
It's just past. It's getting close to noon.
Okay. This is a good day, sir.
Is it now?
And it seems that way because we're all breathing in above the ground, yes?
Oh, well, I guess that's saying something in this land.
May I ask for a couple of your apples?
Well, that's why
How
I'm
much
here.
How much are you charging for these apples? They look beautiful.
He says, well, normally people barter. They don't usually pay gold for apples. Things aren't that expensive in Barovia. We just barter for things.
Copper exists.
What was that, Zach?
Copper exists.
Okay, yeah, copper exists. Very good. All right, so I have gold on me. Can I break that down into copper as well?
Yeah. Just let's just call one gold piece is like 100 coppers. So
Okay.
let's just say once 50 coppers for two apples.
Okay. So okay, then bartering. I like it. It's a good idea. I give you something of value. You give me my apples. Yes. Say about 50 copper for 2 apples. How would that strike you?
Sounds like a deal to me.
Okay. Very well. Here it is. And I give it to him.
Slaps apples in your hands.
These are great apples. I don't know if I told you before, but I was just saying I could go for some apples. And here you are. That's life, yes?
You seem familiar to me, sir. Have I seen you in this town before?
I do not think so.
Give me a
I don't
deception.
think so. Deception, okay.
Can he have an advantage since he's in disguise? I guess not.
I'll give you advantage since you're in disguise.
Okay. Roll.
See how nice I am.
Thank you, sir. Oh, they're the same. Let me inspire that. Hold on. I think nothing really needs to go wrong here.
Okay.
Okay.
So you say no, and he kind of stares at you for a second, kind of does that Larry David Curb Your Enthusiasm, like turning his head back and forth thing, and all right, have a good day, Sonny.
Thank you. You do the same. Thank you so much for your kindness. And I'm bolting back to Blinsky's shop.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, if you had failed, he had seen you get whipped in the city square. So that's what he remembers you from.
It's so hard to know because I'm like a rock star because I got whipped. I got to remember that.
Yeah. So you get back to Blinsky's shop, and you have a couple apples in your hands.
Okay, so I'm going to motion to Enos. Enos, come here. I have a present for you.
Okay.
I'll hold up an apple.
All right. Give me another animal handling, this time with advantage.
Okay. And do I roll 2d20s?
You roll 2d20s, yep, and take the higher of the two.
Oh god, they're not good.
Yeah, so you roll basically an 8.
Let me inspire that. That's my last inspiration I have. I
Okay.
want this monkey.
Okay. So he's a little bit nervous at first, especially after the cockroach thing. He's like, he comes up and he touches the apple, make sure it's real, and he snatches it and he starts eating it. He eats the second apple. His belly gets really full. He crawls up on your shoulder and he just kind of like lays against your head.
Okay. And is he good where I can reach up and stroke his back real quick? Just
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of purrs and lets you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Enos, you're going to be with me now. How does that sound?
And he is wearing a tutu dress too, by the way.
Oh, I love it. You're so beautiful.
Yeah, you can see it in the picture actually.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, so he just sort of purrs and just sort of like leans on you or whatever, and Blinsky says, "Well, goodbye, my friend. Remember to have fun. If it's no fun, it's no Blinsky."
It's
Talking
not
to
Blinsky.
the monkey.
It's actually
Oh, it's monkey. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Blinsky. Thank you so much, sir. You be well and you stay well.
Yes, please remember if you find anything about the toy man, I wish to see him. I wish to study him.
If we find him, we will let you know.
Wonderful.
I had one more question before we started to talk business, though.
Yes, sir.
You're up to date with the gossip around town, right?
I do not leave my shop very much, but I hear some things.
If something big were to happen, you would have heard about it, right? Like where you would have heard somebody talking on the streets or so about something big and eventful.
Well, there is one thing that everyone is starting to whisper about.
Ooh, what's that?
They say Count Strahd has found a bride, and that he wishes to marry her on the blood moon.
Interesting. Have you heard anybody mention anything about, and I'm sure the answer to this is no, but about a dragon north of town?
Oh, you must mean the Silver Dragon of Argenvolts?
Maybe. I would imagine that if anybody around town had seen a dragon recently, it would have been north of town. But have you heard anybody talking about something like that? Especially in the past few days.
Not in the past few days, but well, let me show you something. And he goes over to this pile of books, and he just sort of fumbles around for a minute, and he's sort of mumbling to himself. He's like, "Oh, yes." And he comes over and he pulls out a sketchbook. He goes, "In my youth, I made a very dangerous journey to Argenvolt's Holt. It is a place south of here that they say an ancient order of knights that once fought against Count Strahd. They haunt the place, but there is a statue of a dragon outside, and I studied it because I thought I would make a toy based on the dragon." And he opens the sketchbook and he shows you, and you see a sketch of a dragon. It's only half done, and it almost looks like the pencil kind of came off the edge of the paper. He goes, "I could not complete my sketch because I saw figures leaving the hold, and I was so scared that I ran, and I never have had the bravery to go back and finish my sketch.
So you were there though, right? So you would know where it is.
Yeah. And he describes to you that it's...
I pull out my map. I ask him to show me on the map.
Yeah, so here you are in Vallaki right here. And he describes Argenvolt's hold as being kind of down in this region.
Okay, so I don't have access to your image, but I'll mark on my map to say, hey, Argenvolt probably here according to Blinsky. So that we know where to go if we decide to go there. Because... So
basically, you know that the Wizard of Wine's Vineyard is here, right? Mm-hmm. You know that Berez, the drowned village or whatever is around here. You know the Amber Temple's down here, and you know now that Argenvolt's hold somewhere around here. And then you've got, you know, of course, Castle Ravenloft to the east, Barovia to the east, all that good stuff. So,
okay, all right, so. That was actually pretty useful. I wasn't expecting to get something like that out of it. I was all right. So, okay, if that's the case, probably should talk business with them. So, Blinsky, I see you're excellent at making toys. Have you ever designed costumes before? Maybe for like celebrations or things like that?
I have dabbled in such things, not full costumes, mind you, but little accoutrements or attachments. The tailor has asked me a couple of times to create a small thing for one of her outfits.
Have you ever made a wig before?
A wig, you say?
Yeah, it would be for the purpose of a costume, but yes, a wig.
Well, yes, I have.
Interesting. If we were to commission you to have a wig made, how much would it cost, and how soon would you be able to have it finished?
I have it finished now. What color do you need? And he walks over to a closet and he pulls the door open. It kind of like there's like crap behind it, so it kind of takes him a minute. But hanging on the back of the door, there's about a dozen different wigs of different colors, different lengths.
So I'm gonna take out the Irina doll that I actually got from him. I'm gonna say I haven't had the fortune to be back to the village of Barovia yet to deliver this. I still have it for when that day comes, but for now this might actually be useful. And I'll look at his wigs, and I'm going to compare the color of the wigs to the hair on the Irina doll. I'm going to try to find a wig that is the exact same color if possible.
So he has an exact match, a damn near exact match.
Okay. And as far as the style of the hair, does it look like how Irina's hair used to look when we were traveling with her?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to look at it. I'm going to kind of like size it up with my thumb, like doing this. And then I'm going to turn over to Nico and do the same thing. See if it looks like it's going to fit on him. Do that require an investigation check to see how accurate it would fit for Nico's purpose?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. $19.
Yeah, it looks like you can make it fit.
How much, Blinsky, for this one?
For you, my friend, it's a gift.
You're positive. Like, I want to make sure you're doing well business-wise. You just said you haven't been getting much business.
I have money. I own the shop. I will be fine. Enos was an expense. You taking him is like paying me. You will want to keep that monkey fed. Trust me. You do not want to deal with that monkey. And if all else fails, give him alcohol. If you give Enos alcohol, he is much more manageable.
I'll keep that in mind. If that's the case, thank you, Blinsky. And I'll take that. Let me add that to my inventory. Irina wig.
Yep. Inspiration, by the way. So, because he literally had that hair because he was making dolls that were.
That's why I've been trying to plot a way to get into Castle Ravenloft for the past 3 months, Rocky. So.
Wait, what's it got to fit in my head?
You will see once we get a chance to talk about this, where we don't have to worry about eavesdroppers listening.
Hey, and if this happens just off table, Enos, remember you stay in female acting the entire fucking time. You do not.
I can do that. I can be a part-time woman.
I hope I'm not throwing anything like if you had any plans for how to get us into Ravenloft. Like I'm not throwing it. I hope I'm not like destroying that, Rocky. But
I love it.
I want to make sure we're being proactive about this.
You do you, man. I love it. All right. Well, are you guys?
Bust it.
You guys have any more business with Blinsky? Okay,
The
well,
only
let's
thing I
take.
can do is maybe ask some more questions about
Sure.
components for the disguise. So Blinsky, the other things I would need for the costume, if you don't have them, it's not a big deal. But I was
Mhm.
curious if you would know where I could find them. I would need a vial of perfume, something feminine to make. If a man were to wear it, they wouldn't smell like a musty, sweaty guy. And then I need to find a dress, something large and billowy, to where it would kind of mask the figure of a guy. It's a surprise kind of costume event. So, do you know anywhere I could find things like that?
I wish I did, my friend. I do toys, costumes a
It's
little,
fine.
but you know, there are noble women in this town. Lady Wachter, for example, she has fine dresses and many perfumes, I'm sure, and perhaps one of the other well-to-do women.
Do you know
Perhaps
if
the former Baron, his wife, always had nice things, but
did she make it through the change in government unscathed? Lydia, I believe it was.
their family was unfortunately hung by older Count Strahd, and I was not there, but I heard it was quite a terrible execution.
There's nothing you could have done, friend. Don't let it get you down.
Such dark times.
All right. So that's a lead on one of the items we're going to need. Okay. All right. If that's the case, all I can say, Blinsky, is just thank you, and I hope things go better for you. I hope business picks up, and we came to you because, as far as we're concerned, if it ain't Blinsky, it ain't
It's
fun.
no fun. All right. And on that
Thank
note,
you for the monkey.
treat him well. I love Enos.
I will treat him like he is my own.
Love it. All right. Let's take a bio break, gentlemen.
All right.
That's good.
Okay.
All right. Looks like everybody's coming back from break. Beautiful thing. All right. So you guys finally had your long-awaited meeting with Blinsky, walking away with some information, a wig, and a monkey. So that's that's pretty good. So now that's going to have a mechanical impact on you, Enos. So Nico, Enos will have a mechanical influence on Nico. So while the monkey is out and on your person, you cannot be surprised. Okay. So if I declare a surprise round, you would get to participate in the first round because he's going to jump and scream if something's happening before it happens. But unfortunately, any area of effect damage that you take, he is susceptible to, so long as he's out. So you have to consider the fact that if you're caught in a fireball, well, he got caught in the fireball too. So.
And do you have stats on Enos?
I don't know.
Like hit points and all that?
He wouldn't have that much.
Percentage of mine? He's got like 5 hit points.
Yeah, he's got like 5 hit points. Yeah.
Okay. That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, he's a monkey, so.
Yeah, he's a cool monkey, though, man. I'm glad I got him.
Yeah. Hey, we all like Enos.
Yeah.
So, you guys, again, find yourselves kind of standing out in the alleyways of Vallaki. The day is rolling on here, getting into early afternoon. What do you want to do now?
And you guys have any ideas?
Early afternoon. We're done.
We got plenty of time to kill before it's time to leave Vallaki. So,
dude, just for the fact that I almost got discovered back there, I don't want to spend a whole lot more time in Vallaki.
right.
Around. Like,
If we're able to keep walking around town using Disdain's deception rolls to try to sneak past, then we might have a chance. But
okay.
So
I got some inspiration to burn, dude.
Okay,
yeah.
so then it's Blue Water Inn or Water House.
Blue Water Inn, Wachter House. As far as locations we can go that we know about, Blue Water Inn, Wachter House, the Baron's household that's probably doesn't have the Baron's family anymore, and then Bluto's shack. He mentioned that he had an item or something for Rogar when we left him at the lake when we thought he was going to commit suicide. So it's under the floorboards apparently, unless somebody has stolen it since then. So those are the 4 places that I can think of.
Then my vote is for Bluto's shack, because any item right now, whatever it may be, if we got access to an item that we can get, let's take it.
Okay, so it's apparently next to the blacksmith I don't know anywhere else about where it is beyond that. That's the only thing that Bluto said when we talked to him at the lake. So when he was with that Arabelle girl. So do we have, while we've been walking throughout town, Rocky, have we ever come across a blacksmith?
Yeah, you guys had dealt with the blacksmith a long time ago. There's a really, he's just a standard blacksmith that's on the west side of town.
If that's the case, it's the shack next to the blacksmith, was Bluto's words.
Mm-hmm.
So can we make some sort of check so we can try to navigate ourselves towards the blacksmith?
We came into this town from the west side, so it should be
You came in
close.
from the north side, but yeah, so it's kind of northwest. So yeah, it's kind of in between those two areas. So sure, yeah, you'll pass where the Blue Water Inn is on your way to the blacksmith, but that's fine if you guys want to do that.
You guys want to hit the inn first?
Yeah, I mean, we've got an ally in there. We helped Erwin out for sure.
Yeah, we helped Erwin out. He might know where Eliza is. So,
But it's just the people that attracts that I'm worried about. But we'll figure it out. So
you're on it. You're right. Yeah, it's a risk, but
guards, whatever.
We're not going to make it into Castle Ravenloft if we don't take risks at this point.
That's right.
So.
Okay, so yeah, let's hit the Blue Water Inn on the way to the blacksmith.
Okay. All right. So you guys give me another deception roll there for the group. Disdain, give you advantage. Okay.
15.
Yep. So you again, same thing. You're kind of getting the hang of this. You kind of lead the group through the town till you find yourself outside of the Blue Water Inn. You guys,
all right, I'm gonna
go
reach back to my monkey and I'm gonna say, hey, Enos, can you get in my backpack? Like, just poke down in there, just hide. Don't make a sound. I'll make sure I buy you a brew. Okay. What does he say to that?
Give me an animal handling.
Okay.
We're gonna be doing a lot of animal handling, Rose. Trying to manage them
until you get him back to Van Richten. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to be a 13. He's got a full belly. He's pretty pliable. All right, that's fine. Yeah, he's like, does it.
All right, cool. All right. That's a good monkey. All right, now we're ready.
Okay. So you guys go inside the Blue Water Inn, and with it being the time of day it is, it's not that really nobody in there. You do see two familiar faces right away, though. You see Eliza, and which Disdain, you remember her. She was the young lady that you were sort of courting that turned out to be one of the Keepers of the Feather, Were-Raven herself. And then you see her uncle, Erwin, who is also Davian, the patriarch of the entire Keepers of the Feather and the Martikov family. But this is his older son that he's sort of on the outs with. You guys saved him, if you recall, from the Vampire Brides of Strahd, though his wife and son, one of his sons, were not so fortunate.
Well, the sons got nailed?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. One of the boys didn't die. It was just
okay, yeah. We worked really hard to make sure that
you
didn't
guys,
happen.
that's right. Y'all did. In my previous campaign, one of the boys didn't make it. So, all right. So you have Erwin. He stands up when you walk in, and he looks like he's actually he's not injured like he was last time you saw him, and he says, "My friends, come in, please. You are most welcome here. Come in, please."
So we're gonna double time it to a table.
Okay.
Yep.
Eliza says, "It's good to see all of you. We heard of how you helped my grandfather recover the gem from the druids. We thank you. You've done so much for our family."
But it's only one of three. If we could get all three, we would have done it. But that's a work in progress. But thank you for your accommodation.
He says,
Have you started getting any liquor yet?
He is. Well, I have a reserve. I have a reserve of champagne, the stomp, just for you. I will pour this for you, as you saved my family. And he disappears for a moment, and while he's gone, Elisa, you kind of catch her looking at you, disdain. Then she kind of turns away when you guys lock eyes for too long. And then he comes back out when he's got a bottle of Champagne Le Stomp and glasses for everyone, and he pours for everyone, and he holds his glasses up and says, to what shall we make our cheers to?
And Rogar whimper a little bit, just like a little whimper.
Yeah. He's like, can you give the dog something to eat, Elisa? And Elisa, let's see how smart she is.
She doesn't get it. I'll say it.
Hopefully she's wicked smart. This would be great.
She's like, Uncle, that's no dog. That's the dragon-born Rogar. She goes, have you ever seen a dog with scales? And I don't know why my system keeps flipping Nico and Rogar, but it's funny. So she sees it for what it is. He goes, my God, what happened to him?
Well, if I could speak, I would say I got bitten by a radioactive dog, but I can't. So.
Well, now that you're in that form, the only one who can end it is disdain. So,
yeah, don't do that though. Let's get out of the city.
Unless you get another 4th level spell slot, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, so you guys want to? He says, he goes, well, as I was saying, to what shall we make cheers to in these dark times?
To your family and the welfare of the Raven.
And the unbreakable alliance of the Raven kind.
To the keepers of the feather and our friends.
Dr. Crawford takes his glass and lifts it up and says, to lifting the curse on this land. Clinks forward.
Clink.
He goes, at the time you found me before you guys drink, and you know, some of you have had Champagne Le Stomp before. It's exceptional. It'd be exceptional anywhere you were in the world, not just Barovia. But it's a very rare find in this land. And you know,
I'll take a sip and then I'll put a glass down on the ground for Rogar.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take my left hand and jostle my sack and be like, "Enos, come out!" And I'm gonna hold the champagne up to my right shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he comes out and takes.
Oh yeah. He grabs it and starts slurping on it.
Okay, and hopefully nobody saw that.
I bet most folks around here would think a dog drinking Chateau Le Stomp is like sacrilege.
And then we've got a Vistani bard feeding a monkey in a backpack.
Yeah, this is getting off the rails. I love
This
it.
is weird.
Love it. Only in D&D. So you guys have this drink, and after you're done drinking, Erwin says, and I am now more resolved than ever before to help lift this curse, now that it has touched my own family. How dare that bastard Strahd send those monsters into my home? Took my beautiful wife from me, the mother of my children. And he throws his glass on the ground and smashes it. And Elisa says, Uncle, please control yourself. He goes, I will have my vengeance. I'm sorry, everyone. It's hard to control my emotions these days.
No, your rage is understood.
I walk over and I grab him on the shoulder and I say, your rage is more than justified, and we will ensure there will be vengeance. And I give him a close cheers.
Inspiration. So he says, thank you, Disdain. He goes, I've heard that you've helped the Keepers of the Feather, but I must once again ask you to help us. Elisa says that the messengers that we normally see from the vineyard, they have stopped coming. I thought that the threat of the twig blights and the druids were dealt with, so I do not know what this means. But something is amiss with my father and the keepers.
Elijah, you haven't flown back to see? You haven't talked to the Ravens?
I was about to do so when you all walked in. My uncle does not want me to. He fears that if something's preventing them from getting to us, then it would prevent me from getting to them. but I must go with my own and see with my own eyes.
I understand. And if you do decide to go, you should be safe. But
It is
take care of
better.
yourself.
It is better for my niece to use her powers to scout around the eastern region and watch Castle Ravenloft as you all asked us to do before. The intelligence she might be able to gather around Strahd and his minions' movements as this wedding approaches might be invaluable in the days ahead. I want her to do that.
Have you been flying, Elisa, over that region? Have you been doing these?
I have, yes.
Have you seen anything unusual? Any
Oh,
movements?
yes. I've seen villagers from Barovia enter the castle. Many of them have actually exited it as well and begin to make travel back and forth. I've seen Vistani from the western camp take goods there in Vardos. I've seen a hellish creature with a small platoon of undead head westward. Give me insight, if you got insight.
Oh, that's me. It's,
Okay. You think she might be referring to the hound that you guys had faced at the tower of the Wizard's Tower?
Okay.
The undead that had led the little platoon of undead against you guys?
The Revenant?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
So he's probably hunting you know who.
She goes, so
Nice, and thank you for
many
doing
strange,
these.
yes, many strange workings. But I feel it for my grandfather again, and I don't know what to say other than I'm sorry. Seems my family is always in need of your help.
We just literally came from the vineyards. We just
I know.
literally did this.
It's all right. Well, I would imagine that if the blood moon were about to happen, we would have heard something by now. So we might have time to be able to help out with this at least. I do have a request, Eliza. If you're scouting near Castle Ravenloft, how close to the castle do you think you can actually get safely without putting yourself at risk?
She starts to answer, and then Erwin goes, safely by my standards, niece. And she just sort of smiles, and she goes, well, I think I could get much closer, but my uncle won't let me get too close. Close enough that with my raven eyes I can see quite a bit.
Would you be able to see through the windows to see if you were to look for a certain person in the castle through the windows, would that be something you could actually accomplish?
She looks over at her uncle, and he just sort of like tilts his head and like kind of gives her a stare, and she goes, I think such a thing is possible. My uncle thinks that is too dangerous. And he goes, it is too dangerous. You're too young to remember, but I've lost friends who played that game. Used to challenge each other to see who could look into the most amount of rooms in the castle. And even during the day, some of the younger keepers in my day were never seen again after doing such a thing. There are creatures and enchantments and traps all about that castle. Elisa goes, but we ask so much of these men, and it seems they have something to ask of us, and we should at least hear it out, Uncle. So don't.
And I will say that your niece is much smarter than a bunch of teenage ravens trying to one-up each other, getting closer and closer to the castle every day.
But Erwin, you also speak from a point of pain. You've lost your beautiful bride and most of your family, for all you know. And so I understand your hesitation in ordering her to fly closer. So very wise man.
He turns to you. He's actually got tears streaming down his cheeks. He goes, I'm tired of losing my family. But give me a persuasion with advantage because of Disdain's words. Let's try to beat a 17.
Got it.
Okay. He listens to your words, and he goes, "You're right. You're all right. This is war. We are at war with the devil, and we will not win if we play it too safe. But, niece, do not be foolhardy. Guard yourself, but help them in any way you can." And Eliza turns to you, Dr. Crawford, and goes, "Well, Doctor, there you have it. I'm at your command. What do you need me to do?"
I look around the tavern. If I pull out the arena doll, is anybody else going to see it besides these two?
No.
I pull out the arena doll. I'm going to say, I'm plotting a excursion into Castle Ravenloft that would involve just us four, but I don't think we're going to be able to spend much time in there. We're not strong enough to be able to withstand Strahd's goons for very long. So we need to know where we're going when we go in there. We can get this woman out. And then I lift up the arena doll to Eliza. Basically, I need you to find out where in Castle Ravenloft this woman is being held, so that when we go in there, we can just go in there, grab her, and get out. If this woman dies, I am confident we will have lost our chance to end the curse on this land.
She, inspiration, Zoc, well said. So she says, "May I see the doll?"
I hand it to her.
"Do you need it back?"
I had actually promised to give this to someone else eventually, but if the worst happens and you lose it, it's not the end of the world. It would be helping me be a more honest person if you return this eventually.
"I will. And it seems that what you're asking me to do is reconnaissance on where this woman might be in the castle, so that if you had to make a quick mission inside Castle Ravenloft, that you would have some idea of guidance on where she might be."
Correct. And I need to stress, Count Strahd cannot learn that we are plotting this, because if he does, everything that I'm working to try to make this possible for us to be able to accomplish this in the first place goes up in smoke immediately, and we will die as soon as we begin going into that castle. This is top secret. If anything would, so I actually agree with Erwin. If you at any point find yourself looking like you might be in danger and you have to choose between risking yourself further to get information or backing off to keep yourself safe, back off to keep yourself safe. I don't want Strahd knowing we're planning this.
Very well. I will make it my sole mission to get this information in order to maximize the chance of your upcoming mission success. And I will find this woman. I will find some way to give you an advantage on your strategy. I will get you as much intelligence as I can, and I will not be foolish about it.
Thank you. Thank you. That's it for me, gentlemen. Did you have anything you wanted to add? Or?
I just want you to remember the same thing, Arena. You're smarter than these other boys that got caught. You know what to look out for. Be safe. We all need you.
My name's Elisa, though.
Damn it.
No, I'm kidding.
It's been 4 months.
You can retcon it. Yeah, 4 months gets you a retcon on the name. She comes and gives you a kiss on the cheek, and she goes, "Please be safe to Sting."
Thirsty girls. Good.
Always am.
So Erwin says, "So what will you do next?"
Well, Erwin, do you have any fruit in your pack, in your stores?
Certainly, we have a whole
Grapes and
lot of.
apples?
Yes, we're one of the
I
most
need as
well-stocked
many as-
kitchens in Vallaki.
As many as you can spare. Apples and walnuts.
Well, how much can you carry?
Well, I only need, I'd say, give me 7 apples. Give me about a pound of walnuts.
All right, it gives you exactly what you asked for.
Thank you so much. You've helped me beyond all considerable measures. You have no idea.
Of course.
You folks wouldn't happen to have, this may sound odd, a vial of perfume, something feminine, and potent enough that it would mask the smell of a sweaty adventurer. So the Martikovs have money, Rocky. I'm hoping they might have one. If not, it's not the end of the world. I have a backup plan.
Let's do a D100, and let's hope you. And I always do this. We always do this house rule of D20s you want high, D100s you want low. Okay.
Okay, fair.
So let's do we want a 40 or lower on this. He says,
what about a billowy dress? Like something that would hide a mannish figure. Holy shit.
He says, my wife has some things, but they are quite precious to me.
It would be instrumental in my plan.
Eliza,
I'm right about. Yeah.
Eliza says, Uncle, you always scold me for being foolish and thinking with my heart, not my head. I know you love my aunt, but she would want you to help these men. He sort of hangs his head and goes, I can give you a dress.
Thank you. It doesn't have to be fancy or ornate, or it just. I need to make this guy look like the woman that is that doll for this to work. So
he almost like grins.
I know I know it's crazy. I know. Just trust me, Erwin. On this.
You're a doctor. You're college educated.
I am well aware that what I'm asking for is a tall order. This is not,
right.
I'm not expecting this dress alone to do what I'm asking.
I have not. You have been nothing but a help to me and my family to this point, Doctor. No offense. I will go fetch the dress, and he goes upstairs and comes back down a few minutes later, and he has this sort of navy blue. It's actually pretty nice. Kind of billowy dress.
All right. I look at it and I kind of put it like in my vision in front of Nico, and I kind of look. Does it kind of hide like his lack of womanly hips and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Because if it's billowy, this is not work.
Yeah, it kind of hourglasses out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we got two components. Good. Okay. I got one last question. The Baron's estate. After I heard that he was executed when the Doctor took control of the city. What's happened to his estate?
She's placed a couple guards over it and basically threatened anyone that breaches it with arrest.
Do you think, did Lydia ever strike you as the kind of woman who would like using perfume?
Of course, she was quite the debutante and noble woman in her day. I think the later years her spirit was beaten down being married to a man like the Baron and having her son turn out to be so strange and difficult. But in public, she was always dressed well and always smelled quite pleasant. I know the Vistani from the camp to the west would come back sometimes with perfumes, and they would give them to the Baron and his wife as a gift or trade with them. I think that she would absolutely have what you're looking for.
Yes, and she no longer, if I understand correctly, she no longer has any need for it either. So...
She was executed the night that all of those things happened.
Thank you, Erwin, Eliza. This gives us something to work with. We're 2 steps closer now to being able to actually enact the rescue mission I have planned. So, when we leave town, we'll probably have time, gentlemen, to be able to check out Damien's estate and see if he needs any further assistance. I'm wondering if it might be that hag to the east of there that might be giving him trouble. If it is, we might be able to do something about it.
If we're doing all this stuff to make Nico look as feminine as possible, we may need to get 2 more apples.
You may be right.
Well, let's be real. 2 apples and 2 grapes, baby.
That was a good one.
That was good, dude. That was good.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. So, do you guys have anything you want to cover? Or, I don't want to just be the one guy running the show. So, if you have something that you want to do, please say something.
We should.
Erwin, the fastest path through this Vallaki woods, I ran into a creature. She was quite elemental in bearing. And she told me once we got through the woods to the winery to come back and find her. Well, that's my plan. Now that we're going back, I believe, to check on the winery, I need to check with her. But what is the fastest way to the Vallaki woods that lead to the winery? Can you point it out from here?
The path that you followed would be the one I would follow again, my friend. You unfortunately lack the ability to fly like me and my brothers.
So there's
Otherwise, I
nothing
would
more
say that is
efficient
the
way.
way. Unfortunately,
Okay.
not.
Very well. All right. Thank you so much, and thank you for the fruit and the nuts. Thank you so much. That helps me more than you can understand at this point.
Good luck, my friends. I'm sure Elisa will find you when she has information, and it is quite dangerous for you to be in Vallaki, as I'm sure you know, so be careful, but if I can ever aid you, let me know.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
May I ask one more final favor?
Of course.
Please tell my father. Well, just tell him that I'm glad that he's okay, if he's okay.
And if he's
You
not,
have my word.
what should we do?
Then let me know who else I need to add to my list to kill besides Strahd.
Message received. Thank you, Errol. Thank you, Eliza.
All right. What do y'all want to do now?
I'm gonna head to the Vallaki woods to look for this dryad that I came
Okay.
across on the way through.
Now let me give you the lay of the land, so you kind of know what you're talking about as far as geography. So where you met her, it was like somewhere in this region, which is southwest of the Wizard of Wine's vineyard. You're here right now, and then this is that's the Wizard Tower. This is the Wizard
Okay,
of
so
Wines. This is
so
where
we
you
met
met the
her in
Dryad,
between.
and then
Okay,
then
so we
this
met
is
her.
where you fought the Druids.
Got it. So we met her in between the winery on
Yeah.
our way to the grape tree.
You
Got
got it.
My bad.
And then
Okay,
she had
so-
left that ring for you on the way
Yes.
back. Yeah. So that's
Wait, she left the ring? Oh, that lets me talk to plants.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't need to check in with her.
that you kind of got the feeling that maybe that was what she was wanting to give you.
Okay.
So
Cool. Very good. Thank you. Yep. So I wanna check on the winery. I don't know how y'all feel about it. I know we
Well,
just came from there.
I would like to do that, but let's finish up in Vallaki. The couple things that we need to do, perfect. Get that perfume that Zoc's looking for. But I also think we need to go to, forget the guy's name, but the sea
Bluto.
guy.
Yep,
Yeah, the
Bluto's. I want to get Rogar his reward.
Smith house. Okay.
Yeah, so let's do Bluto first, so that
Okay.
whatever that is, it's out of the way. If you guys are down with that.
so
Dude, and
the
he may be
Bluto's-
rocking this mad bottle of CK1 under those floorboards. Who knows? Who knows?
So Bluto's is very close to the gate, and then you would have to pass. You would have to go southwest to hit the Baron's mansion, and then it's northwest for Bluto's. But Bluto's is closer to the gate. So if you're trying
Makes
to
sense.
it would make more sense to do the Baron's Manor and then Bluto's.
So basically, what I'm hearing is don't fuck up the Baron's mansion because we're gonna have to run out, and we may not get the fancy thing.
That's right, because
I'm
armed
giving you the
guards.
geography. What you do with it is up to you.
There's two
so.
factors. Two factors. There's armed guards at the gate, and then arrest if we fail to kill them.
Yeah, well, let's try not to kill them. They don't know that we're not evil scumbags. They're probably just trying to protect the
hey,
city.
listen, me and Rogar, we're jonesing right now. Look at Rogar down here. He's been quiet all night. He has got to kill somebody. It's been 4 months. You don't know him like I do. This guy is in a mad bloodlust. He's been so quiet. He's been patient.
Is he a real terror in Vermintide? Is that what's going
God,
on?
dude, you have no idea in Vermintide. You have no idea.
You guys play
about this.
Vermintide?
Yes.
Oh, I want to
I'm
play
waiting for
with you.
Darktide.
I'm
I'm waiting
Marcus
for
Kirby.
Darktide.
I downloaded it. I had no one to play with, so I only played it for like
Let's
an
go.
hour, and then I stopped.
Oh
Then-
so.
god,
no,
if we're all
let's
playing Vermintide. Shoot, I might actually have to buy it then.
Let's go.
All right, let's not get derailed, but yeah.
Well, the cool thing is, I am derailing for a minute. I bought a really nice laptop so I can play games from like hotel rooms when I travel for my new job. So like
Very good.
traveling for work won't inhibit me from being able to play, on a weeknight. So
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, we do play. We do play almost every night. Honestly.
okay.
Vermintide 1 or 2?
Oh well,
Two.
two. We had to play through all of 1 first, but now we're exclusively 2.
2.
If I were to buy just 1 to start with to see if I like it, which one should I get? 1 or 2?
2.
2. Yeah,
Okay.
2.
All right.
Cool. I guess we'll be playing some Vermintide this week.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, back to
Anyway,
this.
we're
So, what do you want to do?
Barons and then Bluto. I think
All right.
let's see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Baron's house.
All right. So I don't have a slide, so we're going to use theater of the mind. You
Fair
guys,
enough. Yeah.
give me another couple deception rolls there. Give me deception at advantage this day.
Make him good, buddy.
We'll go back to 15 difficulty.
12, whatever.
Okay.
23.
Yeah, same thing. He's gotten really good at this. He gets you guys across town, and you find yourself, and it's set along a little stream that ran through the town, and it has a little gate around it, and so you guys, and you're actually very close to where you were whipped before, Nico, and the post is actually still there in the square, with like blood stains on the streets and everything, and around it from you and from other people that the Baron had punished. But you see this manor that you guys were in several times over the course of your adventures, and you see there's 2 guards at the gate, but you don't see any guards actually at the house, just at the gate to the little bridge that runs across the stream to the house.
Okay, so at the lay of the land, across the stream, is it possible for a backdoor entry?
So there's like an 8-foot wall that runs around the perimeter of the house. You'd have to get across the stream and then over the wall, but that's kind of all within vision of those 2 guards at the gate.
Okay, they're surveying the entire scene.
Yeah, you're kind of in vision of them, and then you'd have to physically get past them if you go over the bridge. But if you try to get across the stream, you just have to worry about them seeing you.
Okay. And Rogar's still a dog, correct?
Yes. How long does that spell last?
2 seconds.
Forever.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. It lasts for 1 hour.
Okay. Oh, we're getting. I'd say it's getting close to
Getting
one.
there?
I'd say it's been more than an hour.
Oh,
I'd say. Well, let's just say that we've got about 10 minutes left on the spell. Let's just do it like that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. How far is the back to where the guards are standing? Like the back of the building that you'd...
Yeah, so they're at the gate. So I'd say they're like 10 feet in front of the entryway to the property.
Because I think we could, if we wanted to, utilize this last 10 minutes, run back there, the 3 of us, Nico, me, and Dr. Crawford, get Rogar to distract, but then I'll do a minor illusion to show what the dog is barking at, and have something farther in the distance and have the dog chase after it at that point, which would hopefully spook the guards enough to go after the same thing, whatever the dog's going after, to give us a little bit more freedom.
Okay. Yeah.
and we're still above the table, and that works well, except that is a party split for sure.
Well, it's only a dog that can then loop around in the darkness.
Double
and,
back very well.
Right? And it's still chasing, because I'll still have my minor illusion casted 30 feet ahead. So
Okay. I like
At the
it. That's
distance.
what,
I
that's
like
what I
it.
was like. Yeah, I like
Okay.
it.
Okay. So Rogar, he communicates that to you. You think you kind of understand, and what do you want a minor illusion?
let's do something like 5-foot cube. Okay. Let's do
You're like the Baron or something. Man.
Yeah, do like aliens or something.
aliens.
Something I've never seen before.
Well, let's do one of those things that we saw in that church. one of those grotesque.
Oh, that's great. Like
human-
Siegfried? Like Siegfried? Right?
like the things that you and I were arguing over that I wanted to kill.
yeah, Siegfried. Like a
Yeah,
half
yes.
lobster, half person.
Yes, that thing.
Oh, that
yeah.
church. I thought you were talking about St. Angels.
With like
Okay.
a hyena face. Yeah,
Yes.
do it.
One of the
So,
mongrel folk.
lobster claw.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and just for the record, I think I can kind of run not far ahead of them just to get their attention, and that way I don't have to loop around some big city.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can outrun them. I mean, you're a dog, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you see this mongrel folk kind of come out from behind the fountain. You know, it's Disdain's creation. We'll roll this for the guards.
By the way, this is straight up Scooby Doo. What we're doing. Here.
yeah, this is
yeah.
very
It works.
Scooby
It
Doo.
works.
It's Old Man Withers.
So they look at it and then kind of look at each other and then just kind of like shake their heads and then like
Oh, that's that mongrel folk.
they don't approach it, but they're kind of talking agitated with each other.
Oh, dude. They have to die, dude. Rogar, just attack them and go for the
Just go for the throat.
throat.
I don't think that's the right play, honestly.
All right.
I
So
agree.
so I can't like all right. So I can't like I've got their attention and they're just like no.
No. The
Yeah.
illusion, the mongrel folk illusion.
It
So
failed.
they seem to see through it, so they're not really moving towards it.
It's just the weed, is what they said.
Okay.
And then basically, this dog's barking. They're like, "Shut up, dog."
They're like, okay, so this is.
Well, they
no
seem to
more
be
sin.
agitated. They're talking to each other like, "What should we do? I don't know. What's that all about? I don't know." Like they're kind of going back and forth.
Indica from this point out is what they're saying.
Look at me, guys. I'm not a burglar. I know I'm a rogue, but I'm not that kind of a rogue. So
Yeah, we got you on contract saying you're our burglar. So
if you need a
That's
walk
just how it
fix,
is.
okay.
You know what?
Sorry.
I,
You know
I
what?
don't mind doing this if these people are dead. But like, I don't
Contract
expect
right
you to
here.
know what I'm doing beyond
It-
picking locks.
You know what, Nico? Inspiration for the Hobbit reference. I love it.
thank you so much. Thank you. Where's the burglar? Who's our burglar? Oh,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go and use some of my sorcery points and boost one of my my first level spell slot to do a second level spell slot and
Okay.
make that my power word suggestion. And I'm gonna try to suggest them to continue to run after that thing.
As it's twin spell, you can hit both of them with it, right?
Oh, I could twin it too. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna twin
Yeah.
spell it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
twin spell it.
What's the save they have to make?
So suggestion is wisdom save.
Okay. What are they trying to beat?
15.
They fail.
Sweet.
All right. So you come up, you cast the spell, and you say,
I tell them that actually there's a really big sale on at Blinsky's. I'm gonna switch it up.
"Okay." Oh,
oh shit.
my kid would love a toy. So would mine. Okay. Don't let anybody in the manor. And then they just both run off out of the square.
So they're gone for 8 hours looking for toys.
Yeah.
Watch them spend every single cent they have. And we got Blinsky's economic problem solved too. Well done, man.
Knowing Blitzky, he wouldn't even charge them. He'd probably just be like, "Oh, thank you,
All right.
this gift."
So right about now, Rogar, your body starts to pop and elongate and sort of reverse werewolf in London, and you become a dragonborn again.
Okay.
It's on. We're on a clock now. When somebody's
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
this is-
we need to get inside the building then.
That's
you
right.
know.
Yeah.
That's where you
Let's-
come in.
let's
in
get to
there.
work.
Rogar's on point.
Well, the
All right.
door's
Well, I mean,
locked.
they said there's nobody there that we know of. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to move up to the lock. I'm going to inspect it. I'm going to
go.
get to work.
Mhm.
So, all right, so let's start with an investigation check. I need to know what I'm working with here. So, 20.
Very simple lock.
Okay, so there's nothing I can't break with or crack with a thieves' tools.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to make a thieves' tools roll. 23.
Click and locks.
Onion rings. I open it up and let's go inside.
Okay. All right. You go back in and it's some furniture's turned over. There's dust everywhere. And you do hear upstairs some type of sound, and you hear the sound of glass falling and hitting the floor, but not shattering, like falling and rolling.
I looked at these guys like, what do I do? I'm not used to doing stuff like this.
That sounds a little suspicious. Let me check it out. Nico's gonna go up to where you heard it.
Okay. It's upstairs.
Yep. He's gonna find the stairs. Can Nico see the stairs?
Yeah.
Or is he just gonna grope?
Yeah. You walk in, it's like a central staircase that goes up to the
Okay.
second floor.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me check this out.
Okay.
I'm
You
sure
walk
it's
up there?
fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, I'm going up the stairs.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
gonna tap my backpack as I'm walking up the stairs. Tap tap. Come on out, Ninos.
Comes out.
I'm gonna hand him a walnut.
No. All right, so you're a pretty big dragonborn walking up some wooden stairs, man. So you trying to be quiet, or you just gonna make the noise you make?
I mean, yeah, let's just go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think.
So yeah, you're sort of thump going up. You know, Nico walking behind you. Dr. Crawford.
Yeah,
Disdain,
they're
what are
not
y'all
supposed to be
doing?
there either. So
Yeah, that's right.
I lean over to Disdain and I say, you were in here with Nico while we were working with Irina that one time, right? Which direction was Lydia's room?
Ooh, that's easy to
It
remember.
was up on the
'cause
second
there's
floor.
weird stuff.
Second floor?
Yep, that's exactly where it was.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Now, Dr. Crawford has a question. We heard a lot about the death of the family. Did we hear anything death about the son?
He did mention that they were all killed, that they were all executed. Okay. Y'all going
At the very
upstairs?
least,
You
we're not stealing from a living person, so I'm not breaking my code of conduct. So
Okay.
let's get this done. I'm gonna head up the stairs with them. I guess I'll try to be quiet, but like I'm not proficient in stealth, so
Well, and it wouldn't matter because, quite frankly, Rogar's like a
Yeah.
elephant.
He's
just
ready.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
So you guys go upstairs, and as you get to the top of the stairs behind Rogar and Nico, you hear a slurred voice, a deep voice, but a slurred voice. And it says, "I dare you to come down this hall. I'll light every one of you up, you thieves, in my father's house."
Thieves? We are no thieves. We loved your father. We knew him. Who are you?
No one loved him like I loved him.
Well, that remains to be seen and examined. Who are you? Say your name.
I know the name.
there's two candidates for this actually.
A large hulking figure, stumbles out
Okay, that
into the
that
hall,
candidate.
pulls his cloak
My
back.
guy. My
You see
guy.
the stubbled face of Isaac, who's clearly drunk. And he holds his hand out, and a little bit of flame is glowing from it, and then it just sort of spurts out some smoke. And he just sort of falls to his knees. And he's like, "Father, I failed you. I failed your family. I failed everyone."
No, Isaac. I'm going to walk up to him. I want to say, I know you and I have had our times of disagreement, but now is not one of them. You have not failed him. They say there's an old Vistani proverb that says a living dog is better than a dead lion. No matter how courageous your father and all the wondrous works he did, He does not have the chance to do the great things that we do. You can rise from this, Isaac.
Rise?
Rise. And if you want to punch me on the chin, which I know I deserve it, feel free to do so. Because believe it or not, I actually dig your vibe.
He jumps up and with his normal hand grabs you by the front of your shirt and roll a
And I'm just
persuasion
saying,
roll. This is all your words in one roll. Try to beat an 18. He holds his fist back, and then he just sort of falls into you and almost like a hug, but he's like crying into your shoulder.
I want to hug him back. I'm just going to stay there.
He saw more in me than a monster. That's all anyone else ever sees is the monster.
I never saw a monster, or I would never have spoken to you the way I did.
Thank you. Thank you, Nico. I'm sorry for everything I did to hurt you and your friends. I was just trying to protect my family and my village.
Believe it or not, you gave us quite a few chances to regain our breath and strength, despite your best efforts. No harm here, sir.
I just don't know what to do now. Someone must pay for what happened to the Baron.
We can figure this out, and I'm going to motion for Crawford and everybody to come on up.
To come give him a hug. This. Okay.
You say give him a hug or come on up?
No, I said come on. I'm making a motion for my group.
Like, come on up here. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's cool.
Oh, not to give him a hug, but to,
he didn't say come on and give him a hug.
We're
this guy punched me in the face, burned me, and slashed me with a battle axe. So.
I'm already hugging him, dude, because like this dude is tortured by pain from ancient times, dude. This guy is working through stuff we don't even know about. So I'm like, come on. And he and we're already hugging. You don't have to hug because I understand, but I'm hugging because we've had this passive aggressive thing going on. Me and Isaac. Yeah.
Disdain comes and he slaps Isaac on the back in a patting, like not a negative, like a there buddy, as he walks by.
I just walk. I just past him while he's doing his thing. I'm heading towards. I'm looking for the room that looks the most like it would be Lydia's room.
Rogar, what do you do?
I mean, I'll extend a hand, I guess. You know, we're warriors at the end of the day. I'll extend a hand.
He gives you a warrior's handshake. He goes, "You fight like a demon from the abyss. I respect that."
And I'll just nod.
I'm gonna say, Isaac,
back in.
And I'm gonna say, Isaac, we didn't come back here to rob or steal. We just want. This is the last place we know. This is our last thing that is familiar to us from the old Vallaki.
Give me a deception roll.
To see how things. Shit, I didn't. That's true to me though, man.
You're literally there to steal or take some of her shit.
No, we're not, dude.
That's literally why you guys are in the house right now.
I am.
Yeah, I'm assisting him. I'm helping him with this.
Can I get
you literally made a joke about him being a burglar minutes before walking in here.
I've been making jokes about this shit the entire campaign.
So give me a deception for 16. It's disadvantage because you don't have it.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to do this inspiration again.
Okay, so then...
There you go.
All right. He goes, well, you're certainly not welcome in the city no more than I am, and yet we all find ourselves here. I must know, Rogar, you are a paladin of vengeance. If you were in my shoes, who would you make pay for your patron's death?
I mean, there's no warding or anything in this house, right?
You don't know?
Shrug. Okay. I mean, I would just say the one responsible join us, and we'll try to help you get them.
No. I don't work well with others, and you and your party, we have not had the best of history together.
History doesn't have anything to do with it. That's all this land seems to say. Every conversation I come into, this is Isaac. I respect you, but every conversation I come into, it's always been this way. It's been that way. It's time for a new path ahead, and it sometimes may seem awkward to acknowledge bad things that we've done to each other in order to move forward. Okay, so it's not about how we've been in the past. That's what this hug was about. Before Rogar came up to the scene and stole all my thunder, we were hugging, and you wanted to fireball me in a jail cell. Yet I hug you today. That's how far we've come. So don't tell me any more about this history. This is ignorance. Ignorance is what keeps this land under the curse. That's all I want to say. I'm sorry if I've offended you.
Give me a persuasion advantage. Good speech.
Because I'm fired up right now.
Okay, so while he's doing that, I wanted to say a couple things too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, he got it. I was just going to say, like the mouthy one says, I don't work well with others either. Until I met this group here, I was kind of alone, and I found some new comrades here, and I couldn't have done it with anybody else. History is about fixing past mistakes, and maybe it didn't work out well for you because you tried to do it alone. Inspiration.
Dude,
well said.
I want to just forget I even rolled anything or said
So he says, I'm a little drunk, but your words actually seem to make sense to me. Let me think about it.
That's fine.
And then he goes back in his bedroom and slams the door.
He's gonna pass out in an adolescent drunken fit.
So Dr. Crawford, you and Disdain, after going down and around the hall a little bit, you find a very nice bedroom, ornately designed, ornately decorated. A portrait of the Baron, the Baroness, and their son on the wall, though someone's taken a knife to it and made several slashes against it. There's a chest that's overturned. There's been some ransacking in the room, but overall looks like it's still fairly intact. And you do see, as soon as you walk in, several vials of what looks to be perfume in front of a vanity.
So I'm going to go over there. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to give him a sniff. And I'll actually hold some of them up to Disdain and see, what do you think? And we'll go through and kind of choosy about this. I want to take 4 so that everybody in this party has a backup one, just in case I lose mine. But I want to pick ones that are going to be, they smell feminine, and they smell like they'd be strong enough to overpower Nico Torada's natural adventurer's musk.
They most of them would probably do that. Most of them are oil based, so they're really strong, and they are definitely feminine. And
okay, all right. Then I guess
Disdain walks up and he's just, well, Dr. Crawford, I've been around a little bit. I can tell you, and he looks at this variety there, and I have to roll for it. I don't know what I'd roll, but I want to pick the 4 best from what I have smelt in my past, and which is the most suited for our land that we're in. That doesn't sound.
Let's just make it an investigation. You got investigation, and that's applying your knowledge to look into something, right? So let's just do it. Let's make it low, like a 13.
All right, let's do that.
Victoria's Secret strawberries and champagne is on the table. Just so you know.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, so you make a really intelligent selection of the scents and get 4 of them there that you think will be exactly what you're looking for.
All right, 4 vials of perfume. Adding that to the inventory. Once we get out of here, I'll distribute them.
I pick up the last one as I'm handing it to him and take a big whiff, and I'm like, this one just reminds me of velvet.
I'll give you yours right now. Why the hell not? So
I'll keep velvets then.
Okay, so I've got 3 vials. Disdain's got 1 perfume vials. All right.
Okay.
All right, so now that we got those, I guess I'll close everything up quietly and we'll leave. I wasn't here to make a fortune. I'm just trying to get what we need to make us get into Ravenloft later. So,
And
all right, so
last place you guys wanted to go was Blutos.
Blutos, yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Before we try to escape,
give me one more of DC 15 stealth checks there, Disdain. Make it an advantage.
Make me pretty.
I haven't even needed advantage all night.
No, you haven't. Yeah, he's gotten so good, dude. You guys are being super stealthy as you move through town, and you hear the clank of the anvil at the blacksmith, and you find this small shack behind it. That matches the description of what Bluto told you perfectly. It seems to be abandoned.
Who's first in? Rogar. Check that out since that's kind of your guy.
I mean, yeah, we can go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll
if it's locked, I can open the door. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go check and see if it's locked.
Okay. So you, it's not. I mean, it's basically a shack, is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Such a simple man.
All right, so I guess we'll go in, and he sits under the floorboards, if I recall.
Yep.
So just kind of step around to hear a creak and I guess investigation or whatever we need to do there.
You don't even have to, man. Like, it's such a simple setup, and sure enough, one of the boards is very loose, and you pull it open, and you see inside a bundle of cloth.
Okay.
I'm gonna just play a song and give everybody bardic inspiration right now. Yes, it doesn't feel good at all. Is that okay, Rocky? Can I just? Okay. I'm weirded out. I just want to play a little.
And your Nico, your inspirations are D6 now, or is it D8?
Hold on. That's D8.
D8s. Okay.
Yep, D8.
So I guess who found it?
You.
And you're the one he left it to anyway, so you get first dibs. So
That's right.
Well, I mean that's fine. I just so it's just a bundle of cloth.
Yeah, something's inside the bundle. Something solid.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll unravel it and see what's in there.
All right, you unravel it
Gently.
and there is a dark gray gem with runes carved on it.
All right. I'll look at the party and say, can anybody tell me what this is?
I cast Detect Magic.
Okay. This is now detect magic. That's not identify, so it tells you.
Correct. If the first things first, I want to know if this thing has any sort of magical aura. Because if it does, now I know I need to cast it.
It has an extremely powerful magic aura.
Okay.
One of the more powerful ones that you've seen, and it is enchantment.
Enchantment. Okay. If that's the case, I'm going to try to make the Arcana check first, and if I can't identify it with that, then I'll cast Identify. So now that
DC 15.
Since I know it's enchantment, does that help me at all with this roll?
Yeah, let's do an advantage.
Okay, good, because this might save me a spell slot.
It's on the tip of your tongue.
Screw it, I'm blowing my other spell slot, Identify. So I think I have two. I first level clerics have two spell slots, right?
So
yep. All right, so Identify then.
All right. So you cast Identify, and you know that this is one of the wondrous magic items known as an Ion Stone, IOUN. An Ion Stone, when you place it on your forehead, will begin to float around your head periodically and give you some type of magical benefit. This particular stone is the Ion Stone of Strength. While it is in your possession, you are granted +2 to your strength score.
That's a Rogar piece. I'm glad he left it to hit Rogar.
Remember, he told you he found it in a fish's belly. It's a permanent thing, so long as you have it on you.
Yeah. So pop it in your head now, Rogar.
Oh,
And those are the ones that kind of float around, right? Yep.
Okay.
And it's not cursed, right? Identify which
It's
catch
not
it's
cursed. It would. It's
Okay,
not.
yeah.
Nice. Very nice. It's like a rule.
Okay. So just a straight up +2 then.
Yep. So it's
Strength.
a +1.
As-
So that'll end up being a +1 to your hit score and to your damage score
And your athletics.
and your
Stupid.
athletics. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll put me at +6 strength. Is there a max?
I don't do maxes. The game does. I don't. That's boring.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Then
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
in dramatic fashion poke it in my forehead like a la Doctor.
It's kind of like on Infinity. No, it's kind of like Infinity War when like Thanos got a new gem and his like muscles flex. And he's like, oh, like that's you. Like you suddenly like your muscles bulge out even bigger. Your armor almost creaks and bends a little bit with the new muscles, and now he's even more ripped.
Oh, man. Wow.
As a question, Rocky, how strong do you have to be to not make any noise in your plate armor?
Yeah, it's the opposite
Before that you're
problem.
just so thick
Strong.
that there's no room
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get
Nico-
stealthier the stronger you get. That's for sure.
Nico, just knowing what happens with nature, knowing in about 600 years, his breasts will be like triple D cups. He just knows this. He's gonna get man boobs like the kind nobody's ever seen before.
So this was a very productive trip to Vallaki for Rogar. You got a magic ring and you got a magic iron stone. So
And you guys have
Eternal
negotiated
injection.
the Vistani for plate armor. Like you guys have, yeah. It's like, hey, it's like being Rockfist and WoW. I got like you just deck me out. This is great.
Well, and then not
This is a
only
tight
that, right? He's got a date, and he doesn't have
Oh
to
my
talk
God.
the entire time as a
Yeah.
fucking dog.
Yeah,
Like he got all these like.
Easy street. He's the main tank. You know, that's just it's hashtag main tank life, bro.
still
Alright.
still trying to bite people when they scratch his chin. What a
Oh.
what a turd.
and I'll do it again.
You certainly try. You certainly try.
Love it.
All right.
All
Now
right,
what's
so
the plan?
you guys are pretty close to the gate at this point. I wouldn't
anybody have
make
any
it-
other plans we got to do in Vallaki before we leave? Because once we leave, it's going to be hard to get back in probably. So
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
Nah,
Walker
I think
House is intriguing to me, but that seems like a big trap.
It's
I
on the
think we
clear other
leave
side of town too.
before we. I mean, yeah. I say we get out while we can. We've had a
let's go.
productive visit.
That's right.
all right.
I got a monkey. I got a monkey.
Yeah, you got a monkey.
Let's do one final deception roll because there are guards at the gate. So let's do that one more time, Disdain.
Let's do it.
Come on, baby.
Oh, at advantage.
Yep. See, you flexed too hard on that last one.
I did. It was one last one.
I don't need advantage all night, guys.
Oh, geez. Inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, watch it. Oh, Rocky's like, yeah, I've seen this happen.
Wow. Let's go.
He's like, I've seen this happen before. I know how this goes.
There we go.
Oh man. So that last
not
little
even
stretch, you guys get to the gate. You see there's two guards. They're pretty bored. You remember that north gate? Nobody ever comes in and out other than fishermen. So, you know, they're kind of lazy and stuff. But then one of them starts to turn around at the last minute. And Disdain like pushes everybody back against the wall, and he like looks for a little bit, and then he goes back to talking. Then eventually the two of them wander off, do some patrolling around, and you guys just sort of slip out in that little window of time. And you find yourselves outside of Vallaki. You have survived Vallaki.
Holy shit, we didn't
Hey,
get arrested.
Hey,
I-
Vallaki 2.0. was-
I can't believe
Terrible.
you guys passed every deception roll. You passed every, like, literally, you passed all my bad things that could have happened.
I was
And,
so
and
scared.
we could possibly also have an ultimate bro ally in Isaac. Possibly. The ultimate bro. The ultimate Chad.
That went
And you got a
that was
monkey.
interesting.
He is
And
kind
you
of
got a
bad.
monkey.
Yeah, and I've got a monkey. So
You got the
I'm
monkey.
pumped. It's the monkey. Yeah.
All right, so here's where we are. So where are we going?
I would grab the cart, and then after that, it's up to you guys. I got everything that I wanted, so now it's just us.
It's back to the winery, man. Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well,
Gotta check that out.
Are we going to do anything with the temple?
I
Or-
want
or
to do
no?
it. I want to do it, but I haven't got my 48 hours notice to where we have to sprint like rangers down to clear it out.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, now that I've got everything that I need to enact my plan, and we've got Eliza doing reconnaissance, at this point, we're just doing stuff to make the land less shitty and get more resources for when we
But-
make the raid on Ravenloft. So
In the same breath, I wouldn't like to be all the way in the deep south when we get that 48-hour warning. I'd like to be inside Ravenloft, like cooking up a fish dinner or stew under extreme cover, and then Rocky say, "Oh, it's going to be 2 days before the wedding, but we're already there underneath the freaking arch where he's going to be married. Like we're there. We got that much time."
Well, I think that my guys pretty beefed out, but I don't think I'll be able to kill him alone.
Yeah,
So
strength
I
is
think
not gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna be. He can.
We need to go.
Vanish.
to-
okay, so yeah, we should probably talk about the plan. We're out of earshot of the town, right?
Yes.
Okay, so gentlemen, let's not like make any sort of illusions that we can actually defeat Count Strahd. He would obliterate us if we tried to fight him. My goal is to get Arena out of there, not to kill Count Strahd. And unfortunately, he's not even the only problem we have to worry about if we're going to go into Castle Ravenloft. Do you remember what Lady Esmeralda mentioned when we were at the tower? He mentioned she mentioned that he has an undead dragon. Now think about that for a moment. A dragon is a creature that can fly and has a projectile weapon in the form of its breath. If we were to fight something like that, and it's also intelligent. If we were to fight something like that, it would just fly above our heads and just breathe its breath weapon at us, and we wouldn't be able to do. The only people who would be able to do anything would be Nico and Disdain.
He
And
also has a Pegasus, Bufus.
Bucephalus, yes, yeah.
Bucephalus, yeah.
So, thinking about this logically, if Count Strahd has a dragon, what would he do with it? And right now, there are only really two realistic options, which would be send it out to hunt Van Richten or have it guard Castle Ravenloft. Because those are the two things that are happening right now that Strahd cares about, his wedding and killing Van Richten.
Yep.
Now, we know where Professor Van Richten went, which was, and I gestured towards the north of the city. Nobody in the city seems to have seen a dragon. That would cause discussion if they did see a dragon flying around north of the city, which means it's guarding Castle Ravenloft. We're going to need a way to get past that dragon, and thanks to your cooperation, I think we might have just done it. And I pulled up the wig,
Damn it.
the dress,
Damn you, Zod.
and and the perfume vial. Nico, you're the only person in this party that, as far as I'm aware, can perform worth a damn, and we need Disdain free to be able to talk, to lie. If we
Lie, I can persuade. I can't lie.
correct, you can't lie. You can persuade and you can perform. I don't need you to lie. I need you to be the best Arena you can be when we approach Castle Ravenloft.
As long as they got the dollar bills and throw at me and make it rain, I will perform however they want me to. I will drop it. I will buzz it. I will.
Esmeralda mentioned something about there being portals within Castle Ravenloft.
Sounds good.
Disdain might be able to wax some sort of lie about Arena having escaped and us bringing her back to the castle for the wedding.
I will be the sexiest portal they've ever seen.
Would get us at least to the front door if it works. And if it doesn't work, if the dragon decides, I'm just going to bring Arena back to Castle Ravenloft myself, at the very least, it would be on the ground fighting us tooth and nail rather than breathing a breath weapon on us, because it's not going to want to fry Irina.
That's right, but Irina could get fried nevertheless, and then she's dead, and Strahd is in the bloodlist because in his opinion, we caused her death. Yet again.
It's just one of those things where I think if we approach Castle Ravenloft, we're going to have to deal with a dragon, if I'm right, and at least this way, we have some chance. It won't just fly above our heads and breathe a breath weapon down on us and fry us all, because it's not going to want to burn Irina, or what it thinks is Irina. And if we get her out of the castle, at that point, we have the actual Irina. So if it comes back for round 2, it's still in the same position. It can't use its breath weapon against us without damaging Lady Irina. At that point, the actual one. So,
well, I'm glad Rocky's not going to remember any of this at all.
Well, this is my point, is that I actually, So out of character. Remember, it's a DM. He has to prepare art assets and all this kind of crap. So I want him to know what our plan is, so that we're not like, let's just do this. He's like, oh, okay. He's not completely unprepared. So
That sounds like an amazing plan. I still feel like we need to go. Like, I don't know if the Ravenloft is directly correct. I think winery would be and then back to Ravenloft.
Yes, I'm not saying we do Ravenloft right now. I'm just saying that when we do make the trip to Ravenloft, now we actually have a way to where we might be able to get to the front door. So,
I don't know. Or I know great risk, great reward.
The next session is going to open like this. Rocky's going to say, "You awaken to the screams of a great dragon flying in the sky."
I'm just gonna play that Skyrim music that plays right for Dragonlance. All right, so the doctor has given you his plan, a very ingenious plan, I might add. And
Disdain has double proficiency bonus to lying to dragons because he's a dragon-blooded sorcerer. Nico's got performance, and it's the best I've got. I wish I had a better plan, but
I'm a Top Gun actor, so let's go.
I love it. So it seems like Disdain, though, you're kind of pushing the party. Let's get to the vineyard. Let's go see what's going on there. Right? Is everybody down for that?
Yes,
I'm down for that.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
All right. Yeah. So it is about a day's journey back, and you guys do push on till close to nightfall. And when you push on to nightfall, you kind of decide it's time to either you're going to go keep traveling through the night or you're going to make camp. So what do you guys want to do with that?
Is this the place where we heard? No, this is here where was here. No, that was outside the cave. All right. I say push on to the winery.
I think we should push on too.
Okay. So you guys are going to stay on the road and travel through the night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys travel through the night, you don't have any issues. You're just very tired. You all get a level of exhaustion because you don't rest and you push on through the night. But then early in the morning, you come across the Wizard of Wine's vineyard. And as you get to the vineyard,
what are you chuckling about over there?
you are shocked to see Davian moving amongst a bunch of very black chickens and roosters. And he's like, "No, children, get back over here. No, don't do that. Come here, come here. Timmy, is that you? Get over here, boy." And as you guys approach and he sees you, you see tears streaming down his face. And he's got his hand out and he's holding something black and his hand is shaking.
What happened here?
He puts the black, what feels like it's maybe made of leather, in your hand, Disdain. And you watch as words written in blood appear. A tale was told by sisters three, heroes from beyond to see. They killed two and one did flee. Now Baba Lagasa, the Mama Lagasa, would have a word over tea. Come tell me what I should do with ye. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh, this is bad.
Hey, Zoc, we found him.
Yeah, we're getting round two.
But Mama mad.
Hey, y'all, thank you for all your cooperation with all this. This is... Yeah, I'm going to try to take a back seat for a while and just help you guys out for the next few sessions, but this is... I'm glad we got the big thing I was worried about out of the way, so...
Well, great role playing and well done, everybody. And I'm not giving you a level up anyway, but it was really good. So
Sounds good.
it takes more to get that next level, right? If this was in the earlier part of the campaign, I would have been like, oh my God, just with all the role playing and stuff, here's a level, but you have to work a little harder for it. But well done.
I think
nonetheless.
Rogar's about to have to fight some hags.
Alrighty. I'm going to stop recording.
That was amazing.
Yeah, good
That
job,
was
guys.
great.
Yeah.